रञ्जना जय प्रजनरञ्जना
जय देवानन्दना जय प्रजनरञ्जना जय प्रजनरञ्जना
जय यमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी
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 जयो यमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय यमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी
जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की
जय
जय श्री श्री गौर निताई की
जय
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
निताई गौर प्रेम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 9th Chapter, Text 28. Evam Sura Asuragana Samadeshakala Evam Sura Suragana Samadeshakala Hetu Artha Karma Matayo Apifale Vikalpaha Hetvartha Karma Matayo Vifale Vikalpaha Tatra Amritam Suragana Phalam Anjasapu Tatramritam
Tatramritam
Suragana
Suragana
Phalam Anjasapu
Palamanjasapu
Yadpada
Yadpada
Pankaja
Pankaja
Raja
Raja
Shrayanan
Shrayana
Na Daityaha
Nadaityaha
Yadpada Pankaja Raja
Yadpada Pankaja Raja
Shrayanana Daitya
Shrayana Daitya
Evam
Evam
Thus
Thus
Sura
Sura
the demigods
the demigods
Asura Gana
Asuragana
and the demons
and the demons
Sama
Sama
equal
equal
Desha
Desha
place
place
Kala
Kala
time
time
Hetu
Hetu
cause
cause
Artha
Artha
objective
objective
Karma
Karma
activities
activities
Matayaha
Matayaha
ambition
ambition
Api
Api
although one
although one
Phale
Phale
in the result
in the result
Vikalpaha
Vikalpaha
not equal
not equal
Tatra
Tatra
thereupon
thereupon
Amritam
Amritam
nectar
nectar
Suragana
Suragana
the demigods
the demigods
Phalam
Phalam
the result
the result
Anjasa
Anjasa
easily
easily
totally
totally
or directly
or directly
Apuhu
Apuhu
achieved
achieved
Yet
yet
because of Pada Pankaja
Pada Pankaja
of the lotus feet
of the lotus feet
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead
Rajaha
Rajaha
of the saffron dust
of the saffron dust
Shrayanat
Shrayana
because of
because of
receiving benediction
receiving benediction
or taking shelter
or taking shelter
Na
not
not Daityaha
Daityaha
the demons
the demons.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Please repeat the translation. The place,
place,
the time,
the time,
the cause,
the cause,
the purpose,
the purpose,
the activity,
the activity,
and the ambition
and the ambition
were all the same
were all the same
for both
for both
the demigods
the demigods
and the demons.
and the demons.
But
But
the demigods
the demigods
achieved one result
achieved one result,
and the demons
and the demons
another.
another.
Because the demigods
Because the demigods
are always
are always
under the shelter
under the shelter
of the dust
of the dust
of the Lord's lotus feet,
of the Lord's lotus
they
feet,
could very easily drink
they could very easily drink
the nectar
the nectar
and get its results.
and get its results.
The demons, however,
The demons, however,
not having sought shelter
not having sought shelter
at the lotus feet of the Lord,
at the lotus feet of the Lord,
were unable
were unable
to achieve the result
to achieve the result
they desired.
they desired.
Please hear this purport. In Bhagavad Gita 4:11, it is said, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamiyaham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to their surrender unto His lotus feet. Therefore, it can actually be seen that although karmis and bhaktas may work in the same place, at the same time, with the same energy and with the same ambition, they achieve different results. The karmis transmigrate through different bodies in the cycle of birth and death, sometimes going upward and sometimes downward, thus suffering the results of their actions in the karma chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord, are never baffled in their attempts. Although externally they work almost like the karmis, the devotees go back home, back to Godhead, and achieve success in every effort. The demons or atheists have faith in their own endeavors, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful results even without effort. It is also said, Phalena parichiyate. One's success or defeat in any activity is understood by its results. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can detect their purpose. The karmis want to use the property of the Lord for their selfish sense gratification, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from the karmis, although the karmis may dress like devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yajna artat karmano anyatra loko ayam karma bandhanaha. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from this material world. And after giving up his body, he goes back home, back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity. And thus, he suffers the tribulations of material existence. Thus, from the results achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who acts differently for the karmis and jnanis than for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita therefore says, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataeva Ashanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashanta. The karmis who desire sense gratification, the jnanis who aspire for the liberation of merging into the existence of the Supreme, and the yogis who seek material success in mystic power are all restless, and ultimately they are baffled. But the devotee who does not expect any personal benefit and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is blessed with all the auspicious results of Bhakti Yoga without hard labor. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Om Ajnana Jam. I'm just curious whether by the end of the discussion you will all be staring into Surya and I will be safe. Are you sure you want to sit this way?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer that I sit there and you all sit here? Then we all get fried at the same time. It's up to you because I'm fine. I just want you to be in difficulty. Keeping your hands up like that is going to take a long time. Maybe you can come here as much as you can if you want, unless you enjoy the sun. This verse is a very important verse because it tells us the difference between working for Krishna and the difference between the devatas, demonic behavior and divine behavior. If you read the verse very carefully, you find that the devatas and the demons, they both were in the same place, they were at the same time, they were there for the same cause and the same purpose. And the activity and ambition were all the same. And yet, Bhagavatam tells us the devatas achieved one result and the demons achieved a completely different result. So this point is very important. And the reason why they achieved two different results is also given here. It's also because the devatas were always under the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Very often when we read Bhagavatam, we find that the devatas are always put into trouble. They are normally in Swargaloka, and very often they have moments of anxiety. That is understandable because they are in the material world. Anyone who's in the material world will always be prone to anxiety. But we should not mistake the fact that they are always in anxiety and think that they are very weak beings. In fact, the devatas are put in administrative posts and selected personally by Krishna because whatever happens, they have so much faith in Krishna. Yes, Lord Indra has had his fair share of tussles and ups and downs according to Bhagavatam, but you find that if they are in difficulty, they never accept their difficulties as accident or chance. That is demonic thinking. Rather, the devatas, when they are in difficulty, they always turn to Krishna. So this verse is very important for us to recognize and decide where we want to be. Do we want to be like the devatas, so that in difficulty we always remember Krishna? Or do we want to be like the demons, who in difficulty simply put it down to chance or accident, and they never ever turn back to see Krishna? This is very important. The context of this verse is equally important for us to appreciate it. And we can understand that the devatas and the demons have a lifelong history of rivalry. The demons always want to take over Swargaloka, but the devatas, by Krishna's mercy, they are the inhabitants of Swargaloka. But one time what happened was, Durvasa Muni was passing by Swargaloka, and he looked at Indra, who was on his elephant, and being pleased and wanting to bestow some benediction, which is rare from Durvasa Muni, he decided to give a garland. So he thought, I'm taking out garland, Indra should come down and he should receive the garland. That's Vaishnava etiquette. But instead, Indra got his elephant to pick up the garland from the sage, and the elephant, being elephant, doesn't know anything. It just threw the garland down and trampled on it. So Durvasa felt that this attitude of Indra showed that actually he had become too puffed up with pride. And this is the start of the end for devotees also. When devotees start feeling puffed up or proud of what we have achieved, then we find that all kinds of calamities will come. It is nobody else's fault except our own, because pride always comes before fall. So the moment Indra had that quality, by the providence of Krishna he was cursed, and the whole lot of devatas, they lost their opulence, they lost their strength, they could not do anything. So what happened was, they became very weak, and they knew that the demons would now be a matter of time before they conquered them in Swargaloka. Being very worried, they turned to Lord Brahma. And Brahma, being very compassionate, he tells them, I am the creator, but of the known universe. I will bring you to see the Lord, because he is the creator of all universes. So Brahma brings them to that part of the universe known as Svetadweep, where the milk ocean is and where the Lord is residing. And there, after offering wonderful prayers, heartfelt prayers, Krishna appears. He appears in the form of sound. He does not appear to give darshan. Why? Because sound is more important than seeing. We were just reading today in Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada writes a beautiful purport where he says, a sadhu is to be treated or is to be related with not on the basis of sight, but on the basis of hearing. We should not judge someone by what he looks like until we hear how he or she is speaking. In hearing, the true value of devotion is there. So Krishna appeared to the devatas in the form of sound. And he said, I know your difficulty, and I know now that you are becoming very weak. So what does he say? He says, I will give you good advice now. And now Krishna advises the devatas what to do. He says, you all will only become powerful enough to defeat the asuras if you drink nectar. And that nectar is only available in the churning of the milk ocean. And you can only churn the ocean if you have something to churn it with. So he said, go and get Mount Mandara, very huge mountain, solid gold. Mountains today in the world only made of rock and stone, but Mount Mandara was gold. And you all know gold is heavier than stone. So a very heavy mountain. So the instruction was, carry Mount Mandara, uproot it, bring it down to the ocean, place it there, get Vasuki, the king of the serpents, and put him around as the churning rod, so to speak, and then churn. If you throw sufficient herbs and drugs and everything else and vegetables into the ocean and churn it, eventually nectar will be produced. But there was only one caveat to what he was saying. You can't do it alone. Because on your own devatas, you don't have so much strength. So now Krishna says, declare a truce with your brothers. And they are the demons. Of course, the demigods were thinking, of all things, we are going to fight them. How do we declare a truce with them? And Krishna tells them a very important point. Krishna says, at this moment, time is not with you. Time is not with you. Time is favoring them. Sometimes devotees also go through this. We try very hard to do something, but time is not with us. A devotee accepts time as Krishna. So when he is in difficulty, the devotee should understand that this is Krishna's plan. I want something, but Krishna wants something else. So Krishna said, now is not your time. Now is their time. So declare a truce and tell them that together we will churn. And if we churn together, Amrit will come. And tell them Amrit is the goal. Being demons, they will plan something else. They will say, let us do it. We will declare truce. Once Amrit comes, Haribol. We take it. Of course, demons don't say Haribol, but they will say something like that. And they will take the nectar and you will go. So Indra and the Devatas were thinking, Krishna, it's not going to work. All the hard work, they will take. But Krishna says, no. The Devatas and the demons will work very hard. But because you are my devotees, you will get the result and they will bear the burden of work. But he says one last point which is very important for devotees. He says, when many things come out, many beautiful attractions come out of the ocean, do not become distracted. With single-minded attention, just continue churning. Do not divert your attention. The actual word Prabhupada uses in Bhagavatam, do it with undiverted attention. And this is how we must perform devotional service. Tasmat ekena manasa, Bhagavan sadvatam patihi, Shrotavya kirtitavyascha, Dhyayas pujascha nityada. Very important verse from 1st canto, 2nd chapter. There, Shukadev Goswami says, a devotee should perform devotional service with one pointed attention. And the Devatas were instructed by Krishna, be true to the purpose of what I ask you to do. No matter what happens, and no matter what comes out of that ocean, do not take it for yourselves. Be peaceful and patient. In peace and patience, everything is attained. But if you are angry and agitated, nothing is achieved. Beautiful advice, isn't it? 2 P's and 2 A's. When we are peaceful and patient, everything comes. But when we become angry and agitated, nothing is achieved. You have found that true in your own personal lives. Every time we have become agitated or angry, nothing has been achieved. But every time we have been patient and peaceful and see the hand of Krishna, many things are achieved. So how nice this advice that Krishna gave to the Devatas. So the Devatas heard it, but they realized it's going to be difficult. Because Amrit is what they need. And Krishna tells them, when the nectar appears, even then you should not grab the nectar. This is very difficult. They think, okay, we don't have to grab the other things, but when nectar comes, we have to grab nectar. But Krishna says, no, you do not grab nectar. Have faith in me, and I will give nectar to you. This is Krishna's promise. So a devotee has faith in Krishna. And whatever faults the Devatas have, they have one faultlessness about them. And that is their faith in Krishna. So they immediately go to Bali Maharaj, and they tell him, how about we declare a truce? He said, why should we? What about for nectar? Bali Maharaj says, let's do it. So together the demons and the Devatas, they walk together hand in hand. And they go to find Mount Mandara. They uproot the mountain because together they are powerful. And they start carrying Mount Mandara to the shores of the ocean. Halfway through, Mount Mandara is too strong, too heavy. They lose strength. Their limbs crash. The Devatas are crushed. The demons are crushed. The demons shout, ah, ooh, ee, because that's all demons do. But the Devatas, they chant Krishna's names, because that's what devotees do. And the moment Krishna hears the names of him being chanted, he comes immediately with Garuda. And when Garuda drops him off, Garuda himself picks out Mount Mandara. Because Garuda is so powerful that Bhagavatam tells us with the tip of one of his feathers, he can sustain the weight of this entire material universe. That is the strength of Garuda. So what is Mount Mandara for him? It's like probably dust. Picks it up, brings it to the ocean, leaves it there. And in the meantime, Krishna glances at the Devatas and he glances at the demons. By just his glance, the Devatas are revived and the demons are also revived. The Devatas thank Krishna from within. The demons say, let's get on with it. But this is the mercy of Krishna. Krishna is so kind that in this neighborhood, maybe many more people don't believe in him than people who believe in him. But even then, you would agree with me that they are getting just as much facilities as all of us are. And that too without believing in Krishna. So Krishna is so kind that he does not stop the flow of oxygen into the house of the atheist. He does not deny the atheist food. Krishna is so merciful, just like a father who loves his errant sons as well as his obedient sons. Krishna takes care of all. This is the greatness of the Lord. So they were both revived They came to the shores. Krishna called for Vasuki. Garuda left because Garuda is the life enemy of Vasuki, so Garuda had to leave. Vasuki is put around, his head is facing there, and his tail is here. Krishna, as Lord Vishnu, is still present. So Lord Vishnu then takes the cue with the Devatas to go to the head of Vasuki. The moment he goes there, the demons protest. They say, we are more expert in Vedic knowledge than the Devatas. We all come from aristocratic families. So actually, by right, by etiquette, we should be in the front. You should be at the back. Prabhupada writes, this is demonic behavior. Everything you do, the demon does opposite. You stand up, he stands upside down. You shave, he wants a long beard. So everything that you want to do, demons do it opposite. So when the demons saw Krishna going in front, they said, no, we have to go in front, you have to go at the back. Because they were suspicious that if you grab something, it must be good. Demons see the world that way because that's how they are. Because they will grab something good. But they did not realize that those who stand in front with Vasuki, when the churning starts and Vasuki starts spewing out poison, guess who becomes poison first? It's the demons. But Krishna thought, never mind. So he told the Devatas, don't do anything, go to the back. Devatas meekly follow Krishna, Vishnu, and the demons very energetically come to the front. And they start churning. As they start churning, for a while everyone's enthusiastic. After a while, hands are becoming pain. They are all becoming tired. And of all things, Mount Mandara, because there is not enough force to keep it going, it starts to sink. And the demons and the Devatas look down and they are helpless. The Devatas remember Krishna. The demons think this is accident. What to do? Let's apply our mind to it. But because they remember Krishna, Krishna comes in the form of the tortoise, Kurma avatar. His form is so beautiful, Bhagavatam says. And he just lifts Mount Mandara from the bottom of the ocean with ease. And as he lifts Mount Mandara, he also lifts the hearts of the demons and the Devatas. And they start churning. But Krishna realizes now, these people are too weak, On their own, they can't churn strongly. So Krishna, as the tortoise, also starts helping them to churn. Bhagavatam says the size of Krishna's shell as a tortoise was 800,000 miles long. 800,000 miles long. And the length of Mount Mandara would have been about 500,000 miles. So plenty of space. And while Krishna was churning Mount Mandara, Prabhupada writes that Krishna relished this idea of his pastime. And he felt a transcendental itch on his shell, Have you seen some people, when they feel itchy, they go and stand at the wall and they start scratching themselves? I think it's coming from the Lord only. Because the Lord, felt this transcendental itch and he satisfied it very pleasingly by churning. But whatever he does is so magnificent that it benefited the Devatas and the demons. But then the Lord felt that they were still not strong enough. So now Krishna comes in the beautiful 1,000 armed form. And he sits on top of Mount Mandara. And from the top he helps to churn. From the bottom he's churning. But he finds now that the Devatas and the demons, because of the poison that's coming out from Vasuki, because he's being churned and he's tired, they are becoming demoralized. They are becoming choked with poison. So Krishna now comes in the form of rain and breeze and dispels the fumes. And then he lifts the spirit of the Devatas and demons. Then Krishna does one more thing that's amazing. The Devatas, he enters into their hearts in the mode of goodness to inspire them. In Vasuki, he enters into the heart of Vasuki in the mode of ignorance and he inspires them. And then he enters into the hearts of the Devatas in the mode of passion and he inspires them. So in one episode of pastime of Krishna, how many forms Krishna took? He came as the tortoise, he came as a 1,000-armed form at the top, he came in the form of the breeze and the rain, and he entered into the hearts of all the parties according to their different modes. This is very instructive for us. We are all bound by the modes of material nature. But if we use it for Krishna's service, Krishna inspires us through that. And therefore he then changes our outlook. So Krishna then inspired them and now things started coming out from the ocean. The first thing that came out from the ocean was not very pleasant. It was the terrible